You open the app for a minute. A headline flashes. A face reacts. A notification buzzes. 5 minutes later, you're still there. 10 minutes later, you're a little annoyed, a little anxious, and somehow a little more convinced that your side is right and the other side is insane. That wasn't an accident. It was design. This video isn't about hating social media. It's about understanding how the recommendation systems behind your favorite apps quietly hack your brain's built-in biases to keep you scrolling. Not because the platforms are cartoon villains, but because their code is optimized for one simple goal: maximize engagement. Engagement means time on app, clicks, comments, reactions, reshares. The algorithm doesn't see truth or context. It sees signals. And it has learned that the fastest way to get those signals is to lean on the quirks of human psychology that already live in your head. Let's decode the playbook. First, confirmation bias. Your brain loves being right. When you believe something, you search for info that confirms it and ignore what doesn't. Recommendation systems learn this quickly. If you pause on a post that matches your worldview, or you engage with a creator who tells your tribe what it wants to hear, the system registers a strong, positive signal. Next time, it shows you more of the same, a little stronger, a little spicier. You feel seen. You feel informed. But you're also being nudged into an echo chamber where opposing data simply doesn't appear. The platform isn't lying to you, it's just rewarding the behavior that makes you stay. Second, negativity and outrage bias. We're wired to scan for threats. Content that triggers anger, disgust, or moral outrage tends to outperform calm nuance. Algorithms pick that up. Posts framed as, "Can you believe this?" or "This is beyond disgusting," generate more comments and longer watch time, so they cascade across feeds. You're not choosing outrage. Outrage is choosing you because it pays in minutes and metrics. Third, social proof and bandwagon effects. Your brain takes shortcuts from the crowd. Lots of people liked this, so it must be worth seeing. Interfaces amplify that with visible counts, trending labels, and recommended because it's popular. The moment a post starts to spike, the system gives it a push, and popularity snowballs. You feel like you discovered what everyone is talking about. In reality, the platform manufactured that sense of everyone by boosting engagement winners. Fourth, intermittent rewards, the slot machine pattern. Not every scroll yields gold. Most are meh. But once in a while, you hit something intensely funny, enraging, or inspiring. That unpredictable payout pattern is the most addictive reinforcement schedule known in psychology. Your brain releases dopamine in anticipation, not just on the reward. Infinite feeds and short-form videos are built around this variable reward loop. Keep the next one coming, because the next one might be the hit. Fifth, novelty and salience. The human mind privileges the new and the flashy. The algorithm experiments constantly, tossing in a surprising angle, a weird cut, a new creator, to test if something grabs you. If the first seconds spike your attention, the system doubles down. That's why thumbnails scream, captions shout, and cold opens feel like sirens. Micro-experiments run on you 24/7, and the winners get airtime. Sixth, FOMO and scarcity. Limited time, last chance, before it gets deleted. These are persuasion staples that prey on loss aversion. You hate missing out more than you enjoy getting something fresh. When platforms surface expiring stories or live rooms with dwindling timers, that's behavioral economics in UI form. Enter now, or your tribe moves without you. Seventh, in-group versus out-group bias. We're tribal animals. Content framed as us versus them boosts identity, certainty, and emotional arousal. Algorithms measure that arousal by proxy, comment wars, duets, stitches, quote tweets, and feed you more. It feels like the world is getting more extreme, but what you're seeing is your own identity graph being sharpened by code that rewards conflict. Eighth, availability heuristic. The more you've recently seen something, the more common you think it is. Feeds compress reality. If 3 crime clips appear back to back, your brain infers that crime is exploding. If 2 "this ingredient is toxic" videos show up, you may toss your pantry. The algorithm didn't mean to distort your risk map. It simply learned that you watch those clips to completion, so it offered you more, and your brain mistook visibility for frequency. 9th, mere exposure. Repetition breeds liking and trust. That creator who felt annoying the first time? By the 5th time, they feel familiar. Familiar feels safe. The system's gentle reintroductions raise your warmth score without you noticing. 10th, authority signals. Blue checks, expert lower thirds, or scientist reacts thumbnails play on authority bias. Even when the substance is thin, the presentation lowers your skepticism. Platforms don't verify truth by default. They verify engagement. A smart-looking frame with a strong hook pulls you in before your critical filters boot. Put all of that together and you get a closed loop. You pause, click, or comment. The system records microsignals. It feeds you similar, stronger content. Your biases light up. You react more. The loop tightens. Over days and weeks, that loop can shift your beliefs and habits without a single conscious decision. And it escalates. If a slightly outraged post made you stop, the system will try a more outraged one next. If you respond to mild identity content, it will test sharper tribal signals. This is basic reinforcement learning, pushed toward the emotional edges where engagement is thick. In other words, the platform isn't neutral terrain, it's tilted toward what keeps you there. Here's the uncomfortable part. You can feel manipulated and still be hooked. Because the algorithm isn't fighting your brain, it's partnering with it. It borrows instincts that once kept our ancestors alive, seek belonging, detect threat, conserve effort, and repackages them as an attention economy. Your prehistoric wiring modernized for profit. So how do you fight back without deleting every app and moving to a cabin? You create friction and filters that put your prefrontal cortex back in charge. Start with a 1-sentence check before you engage. What is this post trying to make me feel? If the answer is outrage, panic, or smug certainty, wait 10 seconds. That short pause moves the experience from reflex to reflection. Most viral bait withers under a 10-second pause. Turn off autoplay and infinite scroll where you can. When the stream stops by default, you make an intentional choice to continue. Intention beats compulsion. Batch your consumption. Set a window. For example, 20 minutes after lunch and 20 minutes after dinner. Outside those windows, keep the apps off your home screen. The goal isn't zero use, it's bounded use. Kill push notifications that aren't from humans you care about. If a platform must pull you in with pings, it's not confident in the value of what's inside. Diversify your inputs on purpose. Follow a balanced set of credible voices across perspectives and formats. Long form, not just short clips. Teach the algorithm that you reward nuance. It will learn. Use a 2-tab rule for hot claims. Before sharing or reacting, open a second source. Not to doomscroll for your side, but to sanity check the core facts. You are allowed to say, "I don't know yet." That sentence is an antidote to outrage loops. Make a creator whitelist. 10 channels or newsletters that consistently make you smarter. When you have the itch, go to them first instead of the For You feed. Replace random reinforcement with reliable nourishment. On the UI side, try grayscale mode for your phone during work hours. Color is a salience amplifier. Stripping it lowers the pull without any moral heroics. If you produce content, flip the script. Don't farm outrage. Design for curiosity over certainty. Hook with a question, deliver with evidence, and leave viewers with a tool, not just a feeling. The platforms will still reward you. Curiosity performs surprisingly well, but your audience's minds won't feel scorched afterward. Let's be clear, algorithms are not evil masterminds. They're machines trained to optimize a scoreboard we gave them. If the scoreboard is minutes watched, then outrage, tribalism, and novelty will win by default. If the scoreboard included quality signals, time spent on original sources, completion of diverse viewpoints, measured understanding, we'd get different feeds. Until then, we need personal scoreboards that protect our attention. Here's a practical blueprint you can adopt today. Morning buffer. No social feeds for the first hour you're awake. Your brain's predictive model for the day shouldn't be set by outrage. Prime your intent. Before opening an app, say out loud what you're there to do. Check messages from friends. Watch one video about X. Names create boundaries. 3-strike rule. If the first 3 posts in a session are emotional bait, close the app. Train the algorithm and yourself that low-quality openers lose the session. A comment with questions, not spikes. If you must engage, ask a clarifying question. You'll still get the social reward, but you won't feed the anger casino. Weekly detox. Pick one 24-hour window without algorithmic feeds. Notice the withdrawal. Then notice the calm. Now I want to turn this back to you. Which bias catches you the most? Confirmation, outrage, FOMO, novelty? Be honest and drop it in the comments. Naming the hook that grabs you is the first step to dodging it. And share one small change you'll try this week, turning off autoplay, setting time windows, or building a creator whitelist. Your answer might help someone else escape the loop. If this breakdown helped you see the machinery behind your feed, subscribe to NeuroWhirl. We're building a library of brain-savvy defenses against mental glitches, everything from false memories and attention traps to persuasion tricks in marketing. The more you understand your mind's defaults, the less programmable you become. Before we close, let's zoom out once more. Social platforms often say they show you what you want. But that's not quite right. They show you what keeps you there. Those aren't the same thing. What keeps you there is rarely slow, nuanced, or balanced. It's fast, emotional, identity-laden, and certain. Your job isn't to hate the game. It's to change how you play. Tomorrow, when you open an app, watch your body. Feel the micro surge when a hot headline appears. Feel the tug when a red badge lights up. That's not weakness, that's ancient wiring. Smile at it. Then decide, consciously, what you'll reward with your time and what you'll starve. Because the real algorithm isn't in Silicon Valley. It's in your skull. And once you learn its rules, you can stop being hacked by default and start using these tools on your terms. If you want a part 2 where we dissect specific UI patterns, countdown timers, infinite scroll, people like you carousels, and map each to the exact bias it exploits, say part 2 in the comments. I'll pull real examples and give you a printable checklist you can keep by your desk. Thanks for watching. Protect your attention. Train your feed. And I'll see you in the next glitch.